YouTube, I'm back with another kind of fan of night video, but PK Fire. So if you do not know what this deck is, it's basically a pun off Smash Brothers, and it's known as, well, where is Sean's face cam? Give me a second, we'll be here. There I am. Phantom Knight Burning Abyss. So if you do not know what this deck does, I'm going to explain it. I'm going to explain different avenues you could do. I have not even explored the avenues. If you want to see me cog, we're going to be live later on today. Make sure you're there. After I play in Team Wars, of course. So we are going to go over my list, and I'm going to talk about it. I mean, when I show you some of these replays, it's going to be a little bit weird, because it's going to be some of these extra deck monsters not going to be in it. You're going to think we're misplaying, but we're not, because I realized to put different text in when we were done. Alright, still on the three boots grind, but we have right now 27 cards, Phantom Knights of the Burning Abyss. So, PK Fire, like I said, it's Phantom Knights mixed with Burning Abyss, and this deck has a ton of different plays you can do. The amount of plays you can make are just absolutely endless, and it looks like a mess, but it's really not, and this deck really pops off. So we're going to start out with your Phantom Knight engine. We got the 3 cloak, the 3 gloves, and the 3 boots. So, like I said, in the graveyard, you banish boots, search a spell or trap. Gloves will get you to your Phantom Knight cards, milling it from the deck, either your cloak, gloves, or trap. Or Greaves if you want it. 2 copies of Greaves to extend. And then, yeah, and Cloak banishes itself to search a Phantom Knight card, any card. Alright, for the Burning Abyss engine, as you know, I've explained in previous videos, but I'll go over it again. BAs die when there's a non-Burning Abyss monster on the field, but they have different effects based on when they hit the graveyard. And you can only use one of their effects. You can special summon from the hand when you have control no back row. Or you can activate their effects in the grave. So I'm going to go over their grave effects really fast. Seer revives the Burning Abyss. Scarm searches the level 3 Dark Fiend. Farfet banishes one of your opponent's monsters, targets. Libic special summons a level 3 Dark Fiend out of the hand, but negates its effects. Alec can negate the effects of an opponent's monster. Rubik can special summon itself as a tuner, no other effect. Barbara banishes up to 3 Burning Abysses and deals 150 for each. And Cognic can dump a BA spell trap to the grave, which we don't use because we are not playing Good and Evil in the Burning Abyss, which is their ritual spell. Anyway, extra deck I'm still working out. Wings and Sword help revive. So if you don't know what Sword does, Sword gives them 800 attack, any monster, and it gives it battle protection or destruction to protection once, and it is a monster reborn in the grave, as is Wings, which makes it really good. I like running both names, because if I do that, then I can revive twice, if I can get both in the grave, which is not unheard of, because we have gloves. Gloves, we hit gloves, we can dump one. So we can instantly get 2 revives in the turn, and there you go. An instant break sword without having to do any work with it, for it is so good. And then we have our rank up magic, which can make Requiem. Alright, so the extra deck right now, it might get changed a bit, is 2 Break Sword. Went over this in the last Phantom Knight video. You basically make this, target a card in the field. It can be another card, or itself. If you blow up itself, you blow up your opponent's card, and revive 2 Phantom Knights, and make them both level 4. Malevolent Sin is in here, because you can OTK with it. It's very nice to make, when we, as a follow-up extra deck monster. Or if we go up against the Mira, it's better to banish Beatrice rather than destroy her, if we can help it, because then she won't float. We have 1 Beatrice, 2 Dantes, 1 Rebellion, and 1 Requiem. So if you don't know what Dante does, and you're out of the loop, Dante can mill the top 3 cards of your deck to the grave and gain 500 for each. Now the nice thing about Dante is that it mills for cost. So if they activate something like Forbidden Chalice or try to negate you in any way, warning point, you still will mill the cards, which is the main purpose of using it, to extend your plays and to dump your graveyard. So really, really good. On top of that, we also run 1 copy of Beatrice. Beatrice is really strong because you make it by discarding a Burning Abyss. and once per turn during either player's turn, except the turn you summon her with a Burning Abyss. By overlaying her over Dante, you could send one Burning Abyss card, one card from your deck to grade. Doesn't have to be a BA card. Keep that in mind. You can dump a Fan of the Night as well, so that makes it very synergistic. Okay, anyway, we are still using Treason Phantom from the video before. Now, I'm going to go over certain replays, and I'm going to discuss to you. So again, we are going to lower the volume so you understand what's going on, because there is a lot going on with this deck that you have to understand. And I need to take apart with you piece by piece so you can see what's happening here. Let's save a few replays. This one's pretty good to save. Okay, so let's get into... Oh, not here. And we're going to go over this one first. Now, here we OTK through Beatrice. So Burning Abyss doing their turn 1 play, making a Beatrice. But we OTK through it. And you're going to go, how the heck do you do that? Well, I'm going to show you. Alright, he's on a 10-game win streak. So this guy's no bad player. This guy's a good player. Alright, so he's going to go ahead, summon Skarn, special Alec. He's going to make Dante. Dante will be able to mill if he wants to, but it does not, as an additional Skarm in the hand. Pick up a search and search a back row. Now, here's what we do and pay attention. So, the first thing you want to do, looking at this hand, we have multiple Fan of Nights. We have ideal Fan of Night hand that includes Boots or Greaves. That's the main thing we want. If we can include both, that's good too, but we want to include at least one or the other, so that way we can really extend here. But by opening both, I am able to gain the access to normal summoning gloves instead of shuffling back and getting to something else. But this gives me access to normal of gloves, which is very good, because that immediately gives me a route into OTKing with Break Sword. And I'm going to show you. If you have Sin, it be so advantageous as well in that factor. Sorry about the noise there. But that's very important to know. Now, let's go forward. So the first thing we want to do is we want to commit our BAs. If he books, if we books, we're kind of in trouble, because obviously with a Beatrice, it can interrupt our other play. But luckily, no other real back row here. Probably just did that baited Darkle or MST. We are going to make Dante. Now, Dante will get interrupted. Here's Farfa. He'll banish. That's fine. Now we're going to go Treason Phantom. We're going to dump Cloak here. Why dump Cloak? Because we want to keep both Boots and our Greaves in hand. Now, another thing I was thinking of too is putting a Leviair in this deck, because then we can extend on the Leviair combo without having to worry about other things, about risking the Dante mill. But I've been thinking about it, but I also like double Dante too. So now we're going to go Leviair. I mean, not Leviair. We're going to make another Dante. We're going to go for the Biscuit. Again, if we hit a trap, it's really good. We're going to hit our Sword. Sword will revive back our Glove. Remember, it's a Monster Reborn. So now we are going to go into Break Sword. Break Sword will go ahead and summon itself. We are going to be able to pop the Beatrice. Now, he does have an Alec. Alec can negate Dante here. So with Sin, it wouldn't be direct lethal. If we had Leviair, it would. That's what's very important. With Leviair, that would be lethal, without having to go gloves. So now we are going to go into 2 level 4s. We are going to make Rebellion Dragon. Now we activate our Rebellion. We're going to detach, activate Gloves, dump our Wing, activate Wing, revive Break Sword, and we have lethal. 3750 plus 1000 is 4750, and that is lethal through Beatrice. So very, very, very strong here. Alright? So note the hands that you can get through. You can get through Disruption pretty easily. Now, here's another replay. And again, the music is off because I want to explain to you guys everything. I could put a video out here just rolling through replays, but I'd rather not do that because I want to explain to you everything. Alright, so now he's going to go Falco, going to go through his line, get to Phalanx. Now, if you're playing Salamangreat, and I'm going to make a video for this, if you open up both Falco and Jag, and are able to get the Gazelle, you automatically have the rank 4 setup. So that's what he's going to do. He's going to dump the Foxy. He's going to activate Sank, relink it to Wolf, activate Foxy, pitching Jag, special Foxy, trigger Jag, bounce back Wolf, add Gazelle, activate Foul, bounce Foxy, make Dweller. And then he has a really good turn 1 with a back row. Now you're saying, this completely counters us! We can't win through Dweller. Yes, we can. And I should have summoned Dante in defense. I didn't think of it, but we should have did that. So take this into stride. Alright, so he's going to go Gazelle. Gazelle is going to trigger. And so is Sunlight Wolf to add back the Falco. Trigger Gazelle. Dump the Circle for the follow-up to add back. Now we are going to go into 2 BAs. We're going to make Dante. I wanted to do this in defense. The reason why is it plays around Warning Point better. Now we are going to go ahead and mill for cost. As I said before, we mill for cost. We don't mill for effect. We mill for cost. So even though Warning Point like Chalice and Fiendish would normally negate us, it does not prevent us from milling. So we're going to go ahead and special summon, and we're going to put the Farfa, and we're going to make a Break Sword. The reason why is Break Sword can swing over Abyss Dweller, and we're going to set a monster and try to make it as hard for him as possible to come back here. Alright, go Circle, adds the Mirror, and he's going to have to play through this whole board here. He's going to have to clear all these monsters. And let's not forget, we also let the Farfa under Break Sword. So what does that mean? That means we have a quick effect banish on his turn, which is very important. We can play on his turn. And that makes it even more frustrating for him to lethal. Because then he has to lethal through you having an interruption through whatever he can do. Alright, so goes Security Dragon, bounces the Dante, triggers the Foxy. He is not legally cheating because he does have 1 Baylance he's on. Goes in the Borreload, attacks, but we are now going to be able to kill him on the next turn. We top deck, not important here, doesn't matter. We're going to activate our gloves, that's going to dump, and we're going to try to make a nasty rebellion on the next turn, and that will allow him to be dead. So that's very important. We have plays that can lethal through certain different things. So that's very good overall. We just watched this one. Yes, we did. Alright. So we can get through Dweller, and that's a pretty much really good standard Salamangreat, and we were able to play through there. So very, very good that being able to do that. That's very effective. Alright. So LP Boost A, we are going to go ahead and summon. Now, it's not the greatest Inferno I board, but he does have a banish, and he has a monster negate the banish. But we are going to lethal him through it. We're going to go ahead and special summon the Rubik and the Alec, and we're going to go ahead and dump for 3. Now, he goes and negates the Dante, and that is completely fine by us. We're going to Treason Phantom, and we are going to dump the Cloak. He cannot respond here because this is a skill, and we're going to search Gloves. Go ahead and summon these 2. Make another Dante. Dante mills for 3. We make Beatrice on top of this. Now, the one misplay I kind of did here, and I kind of realized it, is that I should have special Seer. The reason why is because if I make Beatrice, then I can negate his Decatron and leave him 1 negate and still play through that. So that was an option we could have gone to as well. He takes the bait here. Even if he doesn't take the bait, we're still sitting pretty on a Beatrice. He could negate Beatrice with like the Viati if he brings it out in the next turn, but it still leaves him in kind of an unoptimal spot to where we get to detach, and we still have a Dante and Cloak coming. So even if he were to negate Beatrice and banish it, prevent us from floating, we still have decent follow-up. So I wanted to bring that up just in case that route happened. Alright, so we go in the Gloves, and now we make Rebellion. And now from this point we can make Requiem Dragon with a Beatrice on the field, and we win the game. So you can see, a lot of these duels, if not every duel I've showed you, it has been every duel, we've been going second. And we've been able to either OTK them or set up a board to where we can play through them with disruption, which I love to see. So we can get through disruption and avoid the turn scam. Now, this is the last one I'm going to show you here. Alright, so this deck is obviously very strong. So now we go up against Yuya Sakaki, and we are going second here against the mirror match. Now we misplay hard here, but I want to show you where we do it. He also threw as well. So he goes ahead and activates. Now note I took MST out of the deck. So, you know, there's that in the box of cherries. He goes into his Dante, mills for 3, searches the wings, has a Beatrice turn 1, and a Scarm search. So really good. Solid turn 1 play. Now it's our turn. Alright, we MST, we force the wings here, because otherwise it's not going to do us any good anyway. Now we normal summon Seer, this is correct, special summon Scarm. We are going to make Dante. Now, in the mirror match, you always want to summon the defense. It's a misplay. We always want to summon the defense. The reason why is because if he farfas, we return to the field, we leave a monster in the attack, and he can kill us with Requiem. Not good. Luckily, you didn't see it. But now we're going to go Scarm, Revive. Farfa's going to force here. This is very good. We hit the Farfa. Farfa will force the Beatrice. And now we can start doing things. So we're going to go ahead, and we also had Seer to play through it, just in case he were to hit it. So, like, if he were to Farfa there, we would still have double Dante on the field on the next turn, even if he Farfed the first Dante. Which he didn't. But I just want to show you the other outcome. So we're going to mill, and we are going to swing with Dante. And this is what I alluded to before, us leaving a Dante in attack. Now, because he let that go through, we also have playthrough with a sword in the grave. Now, he Dark Holes here. That's an incredible misplay. We're going to go ahead and add back Seer and Farfa. And now he's going to be able to go off. Special summon Seer. Special summon Farfa. He is going to go ahead and make a Dante. Dante will mill for 3 here. Triggering the Cloak. Cloak will go ahead and search the boots. Activating normal summoning the gloves. Specialing the boots to make Break Sword. And you may say, isn't this lethal? Not with a wing in the grave. We're going to go ahead and take Dante. This is very important. We want to take the Dante hit because he would have 3,700 damage if we do not let Break Sword swing. So we can summon for defense, and he misses lethal and scoops. So very bad for him. And if we top like a Phantom Knight, we just kill him with Requiem. So this deck is incredibly strong. We are going to finish conking with tonight. We're at Legend 5. If you do not want to miss that stream, make sure you are followed to me at twitch.tv/Sean Matrai. I would greatly appreciate it. And until next time, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. Help us get to 1,000 subs. We're at 630. We're getting there. Until next time, appreciate it. Sean Matrai, signing out. Boys, peace.